Hello, my name is Richo. Today we're gonna do a new concept called movie/TV idea. So here's the story. This boy with no shadow, that he walking around in the park playing, and he actually have a few ideas in his head. For example, why do I have no shadow? He always wondered why he has no shadow. He never understood it. Why the other kids have a shadow? Why he did not have a shadow? Also, another question popped out of his head. Why don't I go to school like the normal kids? That I always stayed in the house, always being punished, almost like they just waiting for something to happen. They just stare at me, almost like they were studying me or do something unexpected. But no, they just keep punishing me and wondering for a sort of reaction. I never understood that. Why? Then one day, I actually asked them a question. Why I don't have a shadow? The parents, both of them looked at each other and they said, it's time. They actually moved up and went to the next room and came back a couple seconds later. It's like a little box. They put the box on the table and the box actually started moving. The parent says, open it. Well, I did. And you know what? A chair popped out. It's moving back and forth, trying to take form and trying to do something, but they couldn't. Instead, he looked at me and he attacked me. He rolled over my body quick around like a tossing, turning, and I got scared for a second and it stopped. He connected the shadow to my own 2 feet and it started to have a form, a human shape form, and it started talking back to me. I was scared. I didn't know what to do. I was freaking out. The shadow started talking and laughing. He's saying, oh, this is the greatest day of my life. I was like, what? After that, I stayed silent for a little while. Then my parents started talking and they said, well, the experiment success. I turned around and said, what experiment? Don't listen to us. Go play with the shadow. Now, that's the first time you heard my parents say, go play. Usually say, go away, or turn around, go over there, see what happens if you do this. That's all. Usually, they never cared about me or anything like that. Treat me so badly in a way that I never understood. Anyway, I just started playing with my shadow. It's almost like the first time I actually had a friend. Usually I'm just all alone. And strangely, I couldn't even talk to people until I meet my shadow. Usually I have some trouble talking to strangers, kids in my own age, the door, the dog, or everything you can think of. You can see how I am a little bit strange. I'm always forbidden, always saying don't talk to them, you don't deserve to talk to them. They usually, that kind of stuck in my head because my parents keep saying that over and over. Finally, I have realized I have a good friend. We just talk and play. Several days later, my parents are doing something strange. They always observe me, always stare at, almost like wondering what's gonna happen next. Every time they keep looking more, I kind of feel concerned. I don't know why. Even my shadow starts saying, your parents are kind of strange. Yeah, I agree. Another question appeared and my shadow says to me. He says, I wonder how long will this last? Yeah, I looked at him. Why? My shadow responds, never mind, don't worry about it. Days became weeks, weeks became months, and years passed. Now, I'm a little bit older, but I still have this presence, something gonna happen any moment. Money came. My parents sent me to bed early with my shadow. I fall asleep, but I heard a noise. I heard like a door opening. I woke up. I talked to my shadow. Something's going on. My shadow woke up. He said, well, let's look. Let me see what happens. I was like, it's almost like he knows what's going on. I never asked, so I get off the bed and open the door carefully and slowly. And I pick and observe what's going on below. And this stranger passed through the door, this huge overcoat with a hat covering his face. The man with the overcoat asked my parents, how's the experiment working? And my parents responds, not good. When the man looked at them, he says, well, the other experiments will be so successful. Yours looks like it's not going anywhere. My parents responds, I agree. So we get rid of the experiment, and the man with the overcoat says, yes, quickly and take the shadow like usually. I quickly and slowly closed the door and went to my shadow and explained what's going on. My shadow freaked out and said, we must go now, let's go, let's hurry up. Yeah, I was freaking out, I didn't know what to do. Before I know it, the shadow grabbed me, took me in, and quite swallowed me up. Next second, I opened my eyes. We're not in the house anymore. I didn't know what happened. We are out the streets, maybe close to my house. I have no idea what's going on. I looked at him and what happened? And my shadow responds, I don't know. I just grabbed you and just swallowed you. I don't know why I did that. It almost was instant. We didn't know how to react. We didn't know what to do. The only thing we know is I think my parents are trying to kill me. I didn't know what to do. My mouth was stuck with like a motion in his face that I just didn't know how to react. And my shadow responds, I think we have to live by ourselves now, just for our safety. Yeah, I was pondering and looked at him and said, I couldn't say anything, just said, I agree. During this time when my parents came together, together and says, okay, I get the shuffle, you get the bag. My mom responds, what are we going to do with the shadow? Last time he was struggling. And my father responds, don't worry, I take him first, you take the child next. My mother responds and say, I agree. We were started walking in the streets, wondering what we could do next. The only thing I knew, the rest of my life would be looking for food, hiding, and hoping someone would save us. But my shadow looked at me and says, I know what you're thinking. He told me, don't worry, we'll always be okay. My parents went upstairs looking for me and the shadow. They looked at each other, they're gone. Straight to the man with the overcoat with a hat. And says, what are you doing? If it's not there, look for them. We have to capture and murder them. My parents quickly reacted, get the keys, get out and find him. Oh, well, that's the story pretty much. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment below and have a wonderful day.